So sorry for that. And today we will be starting with the BPR process. What is BPR that we had discussed in the previous session? And today we will be discussing about the process of BPR. BPR is business process re-engineering. What is business process re-engineering? In detail, we had discussed in the previous lecture. Before we move ahead, just a quick reminder, what is BPR? So whatever process the organization is at present using, even if the process is giving good results, many a time to stay in competition or to meet the need of the requirement of customers, the organizations try to make some changes in their existing processes. The objective behind making such changes is that the organization wants to attract more customers. The organization wants to earn more profit. So this is the main reason, main objective for implementing or executing business process re-engineering in the organization. So that we had discussed in the previous session. Now we will be talking about what is the process of this business process re-engineering. If any organization wants to implement BPR in that particular organization, what are the steps that are to be followed? What is the process for implementation of BPR in a particular organization? That is what we are going to discuss in today's session. So, first is that the organization has to focus on process, because BPR is nothing but making changes in the existing process for the benefit of the organization. So, objective has to be that how we can make our organization more profitable. So the first thing is that process focus. Focus should be made on the focus. That for the last so many years, we are implementing a particular process in the organization. What are the results of that particular process that needs to be analyzed? What were the results 10 years back? What were the results 5 years back? Whether there is any decline in the positive results. If yes, then the organization has to do an analysis that why there is decline in the profitability. Earlier, the same process was giving us more return. Why the same process is not giving the same type of return nowadays? Now, reasons the organization need to find out. It could be many reasons. Change in the consumer taste, change in the need or requirement of the customer, change in the government policy, change in that particular market. So various reasons could be there. Now, there are certain reasons which are in the control of the organization. There are certain reasons which are not controllable by the organization. Now, when the reasons are not, or the factors are not in the hands of the organization to control, at that particular time, the best way possible to increase profitability is start analyzing the existing process and try to come up with such a change in the existing process which, if implemented, will make the organization more profitable. That is what process focus is. So the organization which is to implement BPR, first step is that they need to focus on their process, as well as they need to do the comparison. What were the results earlier? What are the results now? Whether things are changing, factors are changing, then we should change the process accordingly. So first is process focus. Second one is simplification and elimination. Business process re-engineering. The word, when we see engineering, the normal, what we get in our mind is normal thing, what we think about is that the process which will be changed will be more technical in nature, difficult to implement by common people, as it requires specialized technical skill. So that is not the case of BPR. So it talks about simplification and elimination, how we can make the process more simple than more complicated. Because engineers, they are having specific skills. If they are coming up with a particular change as per their skills, it could be difficult for the other employees to understand that particular process if it involves too many complications. And the ultimate aim of any organization which is implementing BPR is they want to grow, they want to earn more profit. And how they can earn more profit when each and every member of the organization is unable to understand what the change is what is the change, why the change is being done, and how the change is to be implemented or executed. So it should be clear to each and every person. So when we can say that it will be clear, when all the things related to the change in the process are made simple, easy to understand, mm, in terms of each and every employee, which should not require say certain technical skills which the engineering people have. So common person who is not from engineering background and who is working in the operations department of the organization, that person should also understand what is the change and how that change is to be implemented, and why we are implementing that particular change, and what are the expected results of that particular change. When all the things are kept simple, it is easy to understand and it is easy to implement. Eliminate, simplification and eliminate the tough things, the complicated things, so that and the entire process can be made simplified, simple. Next one is performance measurement. Performance measurement is measuring the performance earlier, that is previous performance, and the post performance. When the existing process, what are the results of the existing process that are to be noted down? What are the results of the new process when it is implemented? Now, both the results are to be analyzed. Then only we can measure that whether we are going in the right direction or not. It was decided that if we implement a change in the existing process, we will be able to achieve 10% of profit. Earlier, we were achieving 5% or 6% of profit. So both the results are to be written and then they are to be compared. That will ensure whether we are moving in the right direction or not, and that is what performance measurement is. Next one is change management. Change management, I hope that everyone understands. We all have heard many things about change. The most common thing about change is that change is the only thing which we can say that it cannot be said to be permanent. Change is that we cannot say guarantee or assure that this particular process will not be changed for the next 2 years, next 5 years, or maybe next 10 years. So change is there. Change is going to take place. If we want to grow, we have to implement change. So once we have made the changes in the process, everything is done, the paperwork is done, the calculation, the analysis is all done, then we need to implement that change which we have calculated on paper. Next one is cross functional design. Cross functional, yesterday also we had discussed, in the previous session also we had discussed. Cross function means there has to be a proper coordination between different departments of the organization. The sales team should be aware of the qualities or the features of the product which they are selling. So whenever they are in a confusion related to a question which is being asked by the customer, and that question is regarding the quality or features of the product, if they are unable to explain, they should get in touch with the operations department or quality department, and they should understand that how these questions are to be tackled. What are the important features that are to be highlighted when a customer is coming up with such questions? So there has to be a coordination between different departments. For example, the sales department has to be in coordination with the manufacturing department. Then only they will be able to understand that, okay, one party, the sales department has approached one party, and that party needs the product in bulk. And without understanding or without knowing whether our company is having that product ready in bulk in our warehouse or not, the sales team is giving commitment that within a very short notice, and that third party needs that product within a very short span of time. And if such thing happens, and later on if the company or the sales team is unable to keep their promise of supplying that particular quantity of product to the third party, it will hamper the image not only of the sales team but also of the entire organization. And in this competition, no organization can afford any hit which can be called as negative hit on their image, on their brand. Every organization wants to protect its brand, that we are the best. Every organization wants to protect. And for that, this is very essential that there has to be coordination. When the sales is entering into an agreement or entering into a negotiation with the third party regarding providing them the product in bulk quantity or in large quantity, before making the commitment, either they should be aware of what is the present state in the warehouse of that particular product, and if they are not aware, they should first be in touch with the operations department that we are in touch with a third party and they need this large quantity of our product. Can we supply them in a short notice of 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, or 1 week, 2 week, or 3 weeks? And once the green signal clearance is given by the manufacturing department, then only they should go ahead. And that is called as cross functional collaboration. So there has to be collaboration, cross collaboration. Then technology enablement. Technology enablement, we have to keep ourselves with the technology. We cannot say that our product is the best. No matter, even if a new technology comes in the market, we need not worry, because our current or existing technology which we are using in our product is the best, and it is going to remain the best for the next so many years. This we cannot guarantee. And this number of examples are there. The best example is related to Nokia. When Android company, they approached senior Nokia officials that we have come up with a new system. Now, this new system, this new operation system is going to make the process, the mobile processes, very simple and very fast. But they rejected, the senior officials of the Nokia, they rejected that for the last so many years, we are the leading manufacturer of mobile phone in the world. We are number one in the world for so many years. And the customers are happy with our own system, which we are providing. So we need not shift to, we don't think that we should shift to this Android system. Then the Android people, that company approached Samsung, and rest is history. At that particular time, Nokia was the number one leader in mobile phone, and Samsung has just entered. At that particular time, Samsung grabbed that opportunity, and rest we all are aware of. Where is Nokia now? They refuse to go for change. And where is Samsung now when they embrace change with both the hands or open hands? So that is the importance of technology. So we cannot overlook technology. We have to. Number of time we are saying, we have discussed this example related to Apple phone, iPhone. Every time they are coming up with new technology, some new technology. Now, next year, or maybe in this year, maybe in next year, whenever the Apple decides, whenever they will be coming up with 18, then they may come up with 19, then they may come up with another version. Why? Because they are aware of the fact that they cannot uh, stop themselves, that yes, this is the best technology which we have used in our phone. Next 5 years, no new technology is to be used. So they have understood the importance of technology enablement. Now every person wants technology, and technology like what? Technology like lightning fast. Now we all are aware of what is Chat GPT. If you want to prepare a project, and if you write that, whatever the instructions, if you are giving MBA project on performance management system with the following objectives, and once you click on the enter button, within a fraction of seconds, you will see the entire project on your screen. And now ChatGPT 5 version has come in. So we can imagine that within fraction of second, when ChatGPT 1 is giving you results within seconds, what will be the result of ChatGPT 5? What will be the result of Grok 2? What will be the advanced version of Gemini? All these search tools, all these informative tools, they have become so fast that within fraction of second we can um, download things. It is there. The entire project is there on our screen. That is the importance of technology. So we can never afford to ignore technology because everyone is now becoming techno savvy, and particularly young people like you all, they are more techno savvy than the older people like us. To be there, to be relevant in the market, people like us who are in their 50s, they do not have any choice but to enable technology, to embrace technology. Otherwise, what will happen? 5 years back in 2020, when COVID started, we were not aware of how to conduct online classes because we had never ever conducted any online classes before 1920. Suddenly, when everything got stopped, technology came in, that when students cannot come to the classes physically, let's give them classes online. That at their place they will be sitting, teacher will be sitting at his own place, and the teacher can conduct classes through online mode. So we got to know about this after 2020 COVID. And at that particular time, if we were aware that if we want to carry on in this particular field, if we want to survive in this particular field, even though if we have reached a age of more than 50, we have to understand technology, embrace technology, how we can conduct lectures by sitting at our home, and students can attend the lecture by sitting at their home online mode. And the result is that today we are very comfortable in conducting such sessions. What would have happened if a teacher who has already having an experience of say more than 20 years conducting only physical classes, and if he would have said that no, it is not possible for me, now only 5-10 years are remaining in my service, I will stick to my earlier chalkboard type of teaching only, that teacher would be out of the teaching process. So that is the importance of technology. So we have to accept technology, and we have to make certain changes in the technology, because then only your organization is going to grow. Otherwise, your growth will come down. Next is the entire BPR process has to revolve around customer, and that's the reason why it is said customer centricity. Centricity. Because why we are changing the process? Because we want to attract customers, we want to retain customers. We are aware that if we increase the number of customers, what will happen? Our profit is going to grow. If we are able to retain customers, ultimately it is going to give us more profit. So everything is customer centric. So if things are not good for the customers right now, how we can make certain changes so that the customers, our customers are happy, so that we will be able to attract, not only retain our existing customers, but we will be able to attract the new customers as well. So that thing always we should keep in our mind. So everything is nowadays revolves around customer. Everything, whether you are into, say, four-wheeler manufacturing company, you are a four-wheeler manufacturing company, or you are a senior official with, say, Netflix, or you are a senior official with some FMCG company, or you are a senior official with some textile company. Each and every company, their success, their growth now revolves around how you are able to make your customers, the existing customer, retain the customer, or attract, as well as attracting new customers. How you can make your customers delighted. Now, it is more than making customers satisfied. So, customer satisfaction, every company is concentrating. How you can delight your customer. That is next step of customer satisfaction. Now, every companies are thinking about that. How we can make our customers more happy, because we all are aware that if our customers are happy, they are going to uh, stick to our company only, and they will they will, without any say fees, they will be spreading good word of mouth publicity regarding our product to their relatives, to their friends, to their known. And that is why each and every company is now trying to, say, focus around the customer. One of the prime reasons that why Maruti Suzuki is still number one in India, when there are other companies also. There is Mahindra, there is Tata, there is Hyundai, there is other companies also. There is Kia, and many other companies have come in. Still, for so many years, Maruti is number one. One of the most important reasons that why Maruti is number one is that their entire policy revolves around customers. How we can cater to our customer in a more better manner. After sales services, the number of after sales service centers, their service centers are more than any other company. If their car, a particular, suppose I'm driving a Maruti car, and if there is some technical problem is there with my car, and I need spare parts of that particular car urgently, it is very easier for me to get the spares from the nearby place as compared to other cars. Why? Because the number of people, the number of dealers, the number of shopkeepers who are keeping spares of Maruti are far more than the number of shopkeepers who are keeping the spares of uh, the other companies, be it Mahindra, Kia, Hyundai, or Tata. So, what people feel is whenever there is a problem, I can find the solution in the most easiest manner, and it is very quick. It is very quick call. So customer feels happy. Unknowingly, he spreads the good message, the positive image of the company to his friends also. As I was in need of spare parts, I saw that there is a shop which is selling the spare parts of the car. When I checked in that particular um, shop, very easily I could get those spares. So I will feel happy that although I was in a problem, but because the the policies of the company are so customer centric that they have spread such a network of their spare parts or their dealers or their maintenance engineers. It is so widespread that we can very easily get the assistance, get the help. And when I get this help very quickly, without the company telling me that please promote our car, knowingly or unknowingly, I start promoting the car. That is the advantage of customer centric policy. At the same time, if you just reverse this scenario, that I was driving the Maruti car, my car met with an accident and it required urgent technical support. I called the help, and the people who were there uh, in the customer care, they replied that now it is too late. You need to wait there, or wait there for uh, at least 8 to 10 hours, when our and then we will be able to send help to you. And the answer which I get is that now it is too late. Our technicians are on leave, or they have left the office. It is not the office hour. So tomorrow they will be coming to the office at 10. They will do the first punching, and then whatever the formalities are there, they will complete first those formalities. After that, we will forward your complaint to those technical people, and then the technical assistance or technical help will reach to your particular area, your particular place, by tomorrow by say 11 a.m., tomorrow by 12 p.m., or by 1 p.m. Here, what the customer is getting is he feels that whatever promise was made at the time of selling the car, that we provide 24 by 7 technical support in case of any emergency, just give us a call and our help will reach you within a very short time. And when actually I was in problem and when I needed that help, I got the response that right now our technical staff is off. They are they have left the office because their duty hours are over. Tomorrow they will be reporting again to the office by 10. Then they need to complete their regular, whatever the regular procedures are there: punching, attendance, signing the attendance register, reporting to their immediate bosses related to what they will be doing in the entire day. So that will take another say 1 2 hours, and then they will be reaching to the customer is who was in need of immediate help. So that is not immediate. So what this type of customer will be doing is, so that person will be, this type of person will be spreading bad publicity for that particular car company. And that publicity, now every company understands the importance of mouth publicity. Even though we are living in the era of social media marketing, or marketing or advertising which is being done by top celebrities, even though in this era also mouth publicity plays a very, very, very important role, and each and every company is aware of that. And that's the reason why they want to make their policies customer centric. And the next one is radical redesign. So whatever changes we are making, those changes we should document, and those changes should take place as it is. It should not happen that every day the changes are taking place. Once a change is finalized, that this is the existing process, we will be making two changes in the existing process. We have documented those changes. So till we do any further change, the same two changes should be implemented in the existing process till we introduce any further change. So it doesn't matter if people are leaving the organization, new people are joining the organization. The benefit of documentation is that even if a new person joins in, the person will come to know that existing the earlier process was this, then two changes were made. How, what is the process for implementing those changes? He will understand that process also with the help of that document, and then the person will be able to implement that change. So that is the important features or process of the business process reengineering. Now we will talk about the BPR principles. What are the BPR principles? First one, organize around outcomes, not tasks. So we have to give more weightage to outcome than the task. That we need to understand. That is what we had discussed also, that uh, why the organizations are coming up, why they want to make changes in the existing system. The reason is very simple, because they want more profit. They feel that if we come up with these particular changes, it will be more profitable for the company. Next one, have those who use the output of the process perform the process. Now, this is very important. Have those who use the output of the process perform the process. That means the experts have made the analysis. Let these experts execute the change. It should not happen that the people who have made all the changes in the existing process, or they have suggested the changes in the existing process, they are kept out when the actual changes are executed on ground. That should be avoided. So the experts who have suggested the changes, the experts who have designed the new process, the experts who have assured the company that if we make these changes, these are the results which we will be able to achieve. Now, those same experts should be involved in executing the process also, changes in the process also. Next one is subsume information processing work into real work that produces the information. Now, subsume means integrate. Integrate what? Integrate information processing work into the real work that produces the information. So, in reality, it should be put on ground. So, whatever we have written, exactly that is to be replicated on the ground. Three processes are to be changed. Exactly those three processes in the way which which is mentioned in the document as it is to be implemented. Then only we can expect better results. Next, treat geographically dispersed resources as though they were centralized when we are making changes. For example, a company is there. One branch is there in one country, the other branch is there in another country, or one branch is there in one state, the other branch is there in one state. When we are implementing the process, changes in the process in one branch, the same changes should take place in the another branch also. As if what it says is that treat geographically dispersed resources as though they were centralized, as if the other branch is also situated in this area only. So whatever changes are made in one branch are to be replicated as it is. It should not happen that if a branch is there in Pune, they have implemented the changes in the process, existing process. But when the company, which is again, they are having another branch in say Chennai. So when they are implementing, because Chennai is far, the distance is much, distance is more. So now the three changes are made in the existing process in Pune branch. Now, when it is implemented in the Chennai branch, only two changes in the existing process are done. That is not going to give you proper results. So, as if centralized means centralized, we have discussed that when only one authority is taking decisions, the manager is taking decisions. All the important decisions are to be taken by the senior people. That is centralized. Decentralized is that when the decisions are taken at departmental level. So what we are saying here is that treat geographically dispersed resources as though they were centralized. So that we need to understand. Next one, link parallel activities instead of integrating their results. Don't mix the results of different activities. So we need to uh, link the parallel activities. Link the parallel activities means that we need to analyze the activities, activity 1, activity 2, activity 3, and then what are the results for activity 1, activity 2, activity 3. So we should not integrate, mix up that three changes. First change is going to give us this result, second change this result, third change this result. So we should not mix up all the three results. That three these three changes is going to give us this result. Why? Because we can do better analysis if we are able to analyze each and every activity which is to be changed in a better manner. Next one, put decision points where the work is performed and build control into the process. That also we have discussed, that put decision points where the work is processed. Decision point, what decision is to be taken, and build controls into the process. Who will be controlling that thing? That is again very important. Give that authority to the person. That okay, you have suggested, you have done the entire analysis, you are aware what the changes should be. So give that person full authority. Okay, we give you full authority, you implement the changes. Ultimately what we need is whatever results you had promised, we see to it that those results you are able to achieve. And the last one is capture information once and at the source. We need to capture information. Capture information means when we have initiated the changes, everything is to be documented. Why we need to document? So that there is no confusion. Otherwise, if everything is oral in nature, what will happen? It will lead to confusion. Particularly when when the person who has implemented change leaves the organization and a newcomer joins the organization. Now, the existing staff, which was present when the change was implemented, whatever they have understood, they will be informing the new joinee. So there can be some mistakes, there can be some confusion, there can be some queries related to implementation. All these things can be avoided if we capture information once and at the source. Right from the beginning, whatever changes we are going to implement, all those changes are to be made in written form. And that is the meaning of the last principle of CPR. I hope my voice is clear to all.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. In case of any query, please unmute yourself and you can ask questions, or we will move on to the next concept, which is called as learning organization. Okay, so no question. We will move with the next one, that is learning organization. First, we need to understand what is learning organization. The meaning is very simple. There are two terms. One is learning, the other one is organization. Organization, we all are aware of. The most common definition or most common understanding of an organization is when number of people come together for a common purpose, for a common goal. That particular place we call a organization. That is the simplest definition, common definition. Very simple. We will not go to the technical definition. This is the simple definition. And even if we dissect a technical definition, the meaning will be same. That number of people coming together at a particular place for a common goal. And that will be the meaning of organization. If we go to technical, how many employees shall be there? How many people are required to start an organization? So that is the technical part. So here we are not going to discuss that part. Here we should have a common understanding that what is an organization. So that is, we are aware that what is an organization. Now we will have to understand the meaning of learning. Learning is, again, everyone is aware of what is the meaning of learning. Very simple. All the students who are present in the session, what they are doing is they are learning. Learning what? Learning something new, which they are not aware of. So, an organization which makes the employees learn the things which they are not aware, or to improve their skills, their existing skills, that is called as learning organization. Very simple. So that is the meaning of learning organization. Nowadays, many organizations, they are implementing this concept called learning organization. Many organizations, they are coming up with various policies which promotes this concept of learning organization. You might have heard of number of examples where Many companies sponsor the postgraduate degree or diploma or value added courses of their employees. That is nothing but learning organization. Now, for example, there is a senior manager. Now, this particular senior manager is working with the organization for the last 10 years, and he is one of the best performers. The organization is very happy with the performance of this employee. Organization. Now, the organization wants to promote him to the next level of general manager. But when the role and responsibilities of general manager were checked, the senior authorities of the company they came to know, or board of directors they came to know, that there is one skill which this particular person, the senior manager, has to work upon. And that skill could be anything. For example, they come to know that this particular senior manager is technically very strong, and he is having other skills also, very strong skills. But one skill which is called as leadership skill, this particular person, this senior manager, has to improve upon his leadership skills. Because when we will be promoting him to the next level of general manager, at that particular time, now he is controlling one department or maybe two departments as senior manager. If when we will be making promoting him to the level of general manager, we will be say controlling, or he will be leading the entire organization, all the departments of the organization. At that particular time, he should have very strong leadership qualities, and some of the leadership qualities he is lacking, so he has to develop those leadership qualities. And then the company decides that we will depute this senior manager to IIM Ahmedabad so that he can complete a diploma in leadership program. Leadership, 6 months diploma is there. The entire fees, the fees could be in lakhs of rupees, because all the programs, all the diploma courses which are being run by the topmost institutes, their fees is not in thousands, but their fees is in lakhs. Nothing is to be paid from the pocket of the senior manager. Everything, all the fees, whatever the other expenses are, everything is to be paid, is being paid by the company. Why? Because the company wants that their existing senior employee should learn new skills so that he can more effectively perform his next promoted role as a general manager. And that is what learning organization. So when a organization is providing an environment, when an organization is providing growth opportunity to its employees, we can say that that particular organization is providing is implementing learning organization. So that is the meaning of learning. Now, what are the essential practices to cultivate a continuous learning culture, that we will be discussing in the tomorrow's session. And so we will stop here. Thank you everyone for being present in today's session. We will continue with this building a learning organization in tomorrow's session. Thank you.